Thank you for joining our podcast. I'm your host, Babatunde, the one and only Babatunde, and with me, my co-host is Sniper. Sniper, go ahead.
This is Sniper here.
All
I
right.
hope you're recording.
All right. Today we'll be talking about Eminem. For those out there, if you guys don't know Eminem, you can check it out. But if you're a hip hop fan, definitely you will know who Eminem is. I don't know whether you bump with them or not, but this is a discussion we'll be talking about today. And here we have our two guests. We have two guests today, and I would like them to introduce themselves. We have Bayo and we have Aquadragon. They're both in the entertainment business. And Bayo, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am Bayo Omisore. If you don't already know me, I'm a
Okay.
world-renowned.
Okay, you're all renowned what?
I started my career as a hip hop journalist, and I've been lucky enough to interview some of the greatest hip hop artists in the world. You know, Jay-Z, Nas, DMX, Resi Soul. So I think I know a thing or two about the art form.
Then I also know that you're a manager of like Yemi Alade.
Yeah, I manage a few people, including Babatunde here.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
I changed his life.
You didn't change my life. Get out. You helped me a little bit, but it was not like you changed my life. So shut up. Okay. You didn't change nothing. You didn't complete the job, please. You started it, but you didn't complete it. But we'll still get there. We'll still get there. All right. Then I have Jidonu here. His name is Jidonu, but I think his stage name is called Aquadragon. So Aquadragon, please introduce yourself.
Well, you've already introduced me now. I'm the Aquadrag. I do hip hop, Afro, fusion music. I've done so for a while. You can check me on social media at Aquadrag, Twitter, Aquadrag Music, Instagram, the African Aquadragon on Facebook. Yeah, I've been doing this hip hop stuff for a while.
Okay.
In this state.
So let me just add a little bit to Aquadragon. Aquadragon, I know Aquadragon for, I think it's more than 10 years, definitely more than 10 years. And since I know him, he has been on this hip hop journey, and definitely I bumped to his stuff. And I hope you guys, if you guys want to check out both my guest information, they are in the description. You can check their IG, their handle, their social media, show them some love, and let's hit the topic. So the topic today is Eminem, and of course, everybody's preference is different. In the hip hop world, there's a lot of people that says Eminem is one of the greatest of all time, and some also don't say, nah, he's overrated and stuff like that. But today I want to know if Nigerians and Nigerian artists like you guys are in favor of thinking that Eminem is actually one of the greatest of all time. Is he the GOAT?
If you want me to start, I mean, first of all, he definitely isn't the GOAT. Personally, I wouldn't put him on a top 5. He wouldn't make a top 10, my list. So that's my personal preference. Having said that, because I'm also the media, I think I'm very happy to help people form their opinions about Eminem. So I have a lot of information that I can put out there to support my assertion, because it is an assertion that he isn't, like, he's a very good rapper. I will not take that away from him. He's a very, very good rapper. He's very decent. Having said that, there are people who are way better than him, and I can keep it there, or if you want me to go on, I can go on, but I can keep it there, and let Aquadragon say something.
Okay, Aquadragon, what your assessment towards Eminem?
Okay, so it depends on if I want to be biased or if I want to be completely above board, right? When you have the conversation about greatest of all time, there's a lot of personal opinion above everything else. You know, what metrics are we using to judge the greatest of all time? So Eminem is one of the best selling rappers to ever do it. That is an assertion. Um, Now best selling is it's somewhat a technicality, even though that's what we usually use to judge people's greatness. Because um, you have to also consider the demographic that is purchasing
Thank you.
this music
Thank you.
as a standard. So let me start again. After I've already started running, start again. In the conversation of the greatest, because he was a complete departure from your standard representation of a hip hop guy, but in his own uniqueness was able to represent himself sufficiently to be acceptable by the core fans. He did something great there. And when people try to put him down, he was able to defend himself early on, which is also a factor of hip hop. So the battle representation was full. At this point in time, I think Eminem's relevance is based on nostalgia. At this point in time, and I think that actually applies to a lot of our so-called relevant greats at this moment. Are they doing new stuff that is exciting us sufficiently for them to still be in the conversation? Or are they benefiting from all the marketing, all the recognizability, the brand that has been built behind those names?
Okay.
I think his network is lagging.
So
Yes.
I agree with Bayo. I think he got all that. I mean, I went in quite a a couple of times to try and make my point. I don't think he's the number one, but I think he was able to tap into some things commercially that do put him in the argument, because I want to look at the totality of the business behind his representation. But at this point in time, I'm sure if you took a poll, there'll be a lot of newer rappers that are considered much bigger than Eminem. Me not being necessarily the demographic that defines what hip hop is saying right now. Although I know that there's a lot of people my age that are still ardent hip hop fans.
Okay.
So no, he's not number one. He's definitely the argument. We can put him in certain categories as number one for trailblazing, for unique marketing, for identifying with new groups within the hip hop environment, bringing new people into hip hop, commercializing some things that seemed not to be mainstream at the time. There's a lot of stuff that Eminem can be given. But yeah, he has a unique talent with some of his cadences, but that has been done by a lot of other people too.
Okay. So, okay, obviously, two of you are not saying that he's the greatest of all time, but at least, and for Bayo, he's not in your top 5. He's not even your
I
top
put him
10.
in top 5.
Jidonu Aquadragon. So in your own list, is he up in top 5? Yeah. What
You
is
said in my own what?
I said in your own list, is he your top 5?
You were asking a question.
Yeah, I was asking a question. I said in your own list, in Bayo's list, he's not
Maybe
in
I'll stick him around 5.
5. Okay. So
Can I hear your 5 then? Can I hear your 5?
he wants to hear your 5.
There you go. Let's do it. Let's go.
You want to hear my 5?
Let's hear it.
In no particular order.
Okay.
Jay-Z,
No, come on.
Tribesmen,
Oh, okay.
Tribesman.
Okay.
Big L, Biggie,
Oh,
no particular order. Um, I mentioned three. I'm leaving space for Eminem. Wow, there's a lot of people I've left out of here, but I'll put Snoop in there too.
but you see, that's the thing. So what you've done is you've already put him on the list, and you're making up the numbers.
And then I'm
So
finding space for him.
so evidently he's not in your top 5. Evidently, he's not.
Like I said, because of some of the trailblazing he's done, I'll be able to stick him in there. Yeah.
Okay. So if you pardon me, I'm going to take off from where you left off. Now, I've had this conversation. So I think every March 9, I have this conversation. Because every March 9, I'm going to put up a picture of Biggie and say the greatest of all time died on March 9. And as people will come on my wall and start debating how he's not, he wasn't the greatest or whatever. And then, of course, evidently, the conversation goes round to Eminem. Now, like I mentioned earlier, he's a very good rapper. Yeah. However, how did he become this guy? First of all, the machine. Aftermath. Dr. Dre is a beast. Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, that's the machine. So that's number one. So again, I'm not taking away from his skill set, but you have a machine behind you. That's number one. Number two, what was his subject matter? It was shocking. He was talking about children. Nobody had ever heard a rapper say those things he was saying. Stick 9H nails in your eyelids. Like when I heard My Name Is, I was shocked. And that shock value actually is a big thing, right? So that's saying you're hearing something you've never actually heard on a record. Then I see the video and I'm like, what? He's white. So that then takes it another notch. Now, don't forget, all of Middle America. So this is where the numbers comes in. All of Middle America, people who look like him, who come from where he comes from, debt poor, poverty. Of course, he's speaking for them. So of course they are going to buy. So there's a machine pushing him, and he looks like us. He's one of us, and he actually spits the truth. Like even if you're not a hip hop head or a hip hop fan or a rap fan, the bottom line is this guy looks like me. He's talking about my struggles. So of course he's going to sell records. It's a no-brainer. Now again, like you said, now all of a sudden, because he's moving those kind of numbers that nobody has seen, of course he's going to be in the conversation about one of the greats. Of course he's going to be. But the truth is, the minute people the shock value left. Oh, I forgot one thing. So now he's talking about your pop artists, your NSYNCs, your Britney Spears. Again, look at the audience he's speaking to. Look at the audience he's speaking to. He's speaking to people who fill stadiums. I'm not sure hip hop was filling stadiums at that time. You understand what I'm saying? So he's basically saying, oh yeah, I'm a rapper, but then this is my audience. My audience is the pop audience. So again, we're talking all of those numbers. We're talking shock value. The minute the shock value disappears, now he's trying to make pop music. And people lose interest. And that's what happened to his career. So even though he's never actually been seen to have really dropped completely, he's Eminem. So it's kind of like when MJ did what the History album and sold 6 million units. I mean, 6 million is a fantastic number, just not for Eminem, just not for Michael Jackson. So the same thing for Eminem. Eminem has never actually crashed to rock bottom, basically because he's Eminem. But because we're no longer shocked by the things he says, so he now needs to try something new. And nobody is really interested because it's difficult to live up to those standards you set, because once people are no longer shocked, now what are you saying? Is the question.
But lyrically, do you think he's lyrically inclined? Because everybody's arguing that the fact that okay, yeah, some people don't like his flows or stuff like that, but lyrically, do you think anybody can step up with him and say, okay, let's do a one-on-one battle and you know, pick it up
100%.
100%.
100%.
So you wait. So you have asked Jidonu, that's Aquadragon, his top 5. What is your top 5?
Let's go. Biggie.
Okay. Biggie. Okay.
Number 1, Biggie.
Tupac.
So I'm actually saying Biggie is number 1. Now, everybody else, you know, falls under, you know, under that, but Biggie is number 1 for me. Then we can do our Nas, Jay-Z, for me, Fonte, for me, Tretch, Tretch of Naughty by Nature, Fonte of Little Brother, Rakim is a beast. So I mean, I've done my top 5, of course, you know.
So Tupac is not even making your list.
Tupac is not a good rapper.
What?
That's another.
What?
No. Listen to
what? What?
Okay. He has a point. Let's listen to him.
Listen. Tupac is not a good rapper. Rapper.
He's not a good rapper. Oh, okay. Then
what is he? Let's hear him out.
Tupac is not a good rapper. Tupac is a very decent writer. Tupac is a poet. He's a very decent writer. Right? What propelled Tupac is his madness. You know, that's what really propelled him. The fact that it seemed as if he lived his life on the camera and on the record, and you could, you know, there was a similarity. And you know, that's hip-hop. Hip-hop is, you know, you keep it real. Keeping it real being, this is who I am when the cameras are on, and I'm the same person when the cameras are off. You know, and Tupac did, like, he lived that life. Even though the truth is, what he was a schoolboy. He really was a schoolboy. That thug life thing was an act.
Jesus.
There's an opinion though.
No. Facts.
Okay.
Where is the facts coming from?
If you do your research, I've consumed a lot of material.
Okay, Bayo, but you know, rappers are poets, and a school of thought can argue that rap is
rhythm and poetry.
Yes, rhythm and poetry, you know. So I don't know. I think
let me say something very quickly. Remember that thing Jay-Z did with, who was it now? Was it Prodigy or Havoc? Where he went and got his picture wearing the ballet. Sorry?
Prodigy.
Was Prodigy. Classic. So Prodigy actually went to an art school where he learned to dance ballet, right? Tupac did the exact same thing. Tupac studied art. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Tupac studied poetry and all of those. He studied those things. But then when he came out to start recording, and he caught the case, and Suge Knight, you know, rescued him, everything changed. So if you check who he was before and after Suge Knight picked him up, he changed completely. After Suge Knight picked him up, that's when he became Thug Life.
So he was not a thug.
Yes, you're right. You were right. But before then, when his mother moved them to Oakland, he'd been rapping before he even met with them Digital Underground.
So I'm not saying he wasn't rapping. Note. Don't forget, the music he was making then was Brenda.
So he was more political.
He was more conscious.
Yes.
Go on.
So is he not a rapper? I mean, because if you go to a conventional school to go and learn, right, and you learn on the street, I think it's the same process of learning, schooling. So if Tupac went to a conventional brick and mortar school, I mean, that don't make him not to be called a rapper. You know, but he's not streetwise.
I would really like to jump in at that.
Please
go.
Yeah, so I remember broaching the subject of what we judge the greatness in rap by.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, when it comes to technicalities and acrobatics, the lyrical, as in, I'm jumping in between these timings and bouncing, and you are hearing the way the words are dropping on a certain cadence, and it's punching you in ways that you are wondering, this guy is just speaking, but it just seems to be doing something. You if you were going to kill the beat, all right, and then just listen to what the rappers are doing, you'll get something from Tupac, but it's not the same thing, you will get from a Biggie.
True.
Tupac knows how to make songs that move. And that is a testament to his studying the art. So he might not wow you with the way he's beating the drum with his words all the time. It can get monotonous. But he will wow you with the subject matter and the approach to it every time. And so you need to
maybe not
really
every time, but go on. Maybe not every time, but go on.
Maybe not every time, okay. But okay, more often than not. Okay. But when you do want to make that conversation of who's a great rapper, if rap is what you are talking about, then you do have to delineate Pac a bit. Especially because his flow did not really evolve. He had a signature sound, which is good for his identity. But like I said, when it comes to who can do the acrobatics, you put them side by side, you might be a bit disappointed if you are trying to argue that Pac was,
I swear, Pac can't even be called a goat, man. He's a lion because he's different.
No, yeah, because to me, if I don't, I know Biggie, I know Tupac, but I will always, I get more. I get more things from Tupac than Biggie. Like, what is Biggie rapping about? Oh,
flossing,
big girls,
I'm
designer clothes, designer that, is bumping money, stuff like that. But Tupac is talking about life, talking about the struggle of his people. Dear Mama, he's talking about his mom, what went through with his mom and all that kind of stuff. He talks about,
Tupac has the same type of song. Tupac has a lot of those same type of songs. Don't leave us. Don't leave me here.
Yes, but
don't leave me.
Which
touching. You lose it. But in there, Ready to Die, Sky is the Limit. Biggie had songs that are touching too. They might not be as many in your memory, but they're there.
But like if you in comparison, I will feel Tupac would contribute more to giving me more insights of the street life, the hood, what's going on. And maybe at that time there was a lot of black and white, controversies and unfairness.
So speaking to what you are saying, right? Don't forget that Tupac's parents were Black Panthers. So of course he's going to be more conscious, which is what I was referring to earlier, Sniper. Because of his parenting, because of how he grew up, of course he was aware. He was very, 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 very aware. And that's the reason why I try to show a difference between Tupac before Suge Knight and after Suge Knight. Because after Suge Knight, he became a totally different animal. And you can go and listen to the record. Yeah. So if you think about it, before Suge Knight, he was, what's the name of that song? Something I'll never call you bitch, something like that. After Suge Knight, wonder why they call you bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
You wonder why they call you bitch.
Yeah. So end of the day, and again, Tupac. No, actually, let me say it this way. So what actually made Tupac was his life outside of music. Because, apparently he was very talented, So there was the spoken word, there was the acting. He was fantastic. He was a fantastic actor. There was he was a complete thespian, bottom line. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if fortunately or unfortunately, he met with Suge Knight, and that changed the trajectory of his life and his career, But you know what? Because we can actually go down that rabbit hole and forget who we're actually here
talking about.
Talk about.
But does this for your judgments, like, because the way you're talking now, yeah, you are actually stripping away a lot of. Okay, it's just like if you eat banana, this is the whole banana, but you're now taking out the skin. Oh, the banana, you're done. You need to take out the skin. You need to take out this layer. Then it becomes only the flesh that you're now judging. But I feel everybody comes with some here or not. Like, okay, you're taller than me. I cannot take that away from you. You can't say, oh, the reason why you win me is because you're taller than me. Well, that's part of me. You get what I mean? To say it's the same
So
thing.
what exactly are you referring to when you say this? What exactly are you?
Well, I'm talking about you when you talk about Eminem, why Eminem is where he is because of so many factors, and then the wow factor. Well, he capitalized on it, and I
I
think
swear, I like that. I like
they should
that
give
because
him
he could have been dumb with all the machinery behind him and still not blow.
exactly, and he still
They can
won't
strap a
blow.
bomb around him and he still won't blow.
And
But
the
he was
typical
good.
example is what's this guy's name? Vanilla Ice. He's not a white guy too. He came out, he did one song, one hit wonder,
No,
and that's it.
But Charlie, we can argue on Vanilla Ice own. Say Vanilla Ice had everything. He was blowing, but when Suge Knight involved again,
Hey, should I
he,
now more than Boca. Okay.
Well,
Well,
okay, Jidon, go on. Jidon, go on.
I was giggling inside, waiting for Suge Knight's name to come up when they said Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice blew up in a
he
way
blew.
that a hip
He
hop
blew.
song had not blown.
He did.
What are you guys
yes,
talking about?
He
What?
did. He did.
he did.
But Suge Knight
Vanilla
messed him up.
one song, we're still relevant. Vanilla Ice is still known till now.
Yes,
What?
yes. But I'm
You know,
just saying, but there's
however, back then, culture was not really, really willing to accept. Anybody that could hate on him was going to hate on him. And bear in mind, it's as Bayo said earlier, a behemoth that brought out Eminem. They were strong enough. I mean, they were the original gangsters. So you, Steph, you gotta check your gangster before before you come and say anything about Eminem. They had the Dre and the 50, fully backing this guy. What's going on? You don't get it's a crazy thing. So the kind of marketing dollars that were available to Eminem versus
Wait, are you trying to say Biggie didn't
yes,
have
is
that?
relatively almost on par level. So
Are you guys
everybody
trying to
has
tell me
their.
Biggie didn't have that? You guys can't tell me Biggie didn't have that.
I'm not trying
That
to say
kind of
Biggie
support.
didn't have. I'm not trying to say Biggie didn't have that. That's in principle, but I'm sure if we check the dollars and cents of it, Eminem had a lot more than Biggie. But Biggie had a big budget.
I don't think anybody in the history of hip hop can have maybe Drake now. Maybe Drake. I don't think anybody else can have the kind of backing that Eminem had. It's simply not possible. Because if you think about it, so you are backed by a Dr. Dre who has been in the business since the 80s, who has made, so Dr. Dre did NWA, right? Successful. Did Eazy-E, successful. Left their relationship, did Snoop, successful. Did his own projects, successful. So of course, once he finds this kid, oh, he's white, and he can speak like this, they will throw money at. Come on now, they will throw money at.
But even Dr. Dre himself, of course, it's his product, but even Dr. Dre himself knows that he saw something in Eminem for him to be able to say, you know what, let me bank on this person, and still till today, he's still saying the same thing. Like he's one of the most lyrically inclined artists he have ever seen in his life. This is what.
Why would it?
That's coming out of his.
Of course, he would say that. Of course, he would. Come on now.
Okay, so do you think this does this have anything to do with his race? Because he's white. Because he's white.
100. Duh.
So because he's white, but so are you telling me black people don't bump to his music?
Okay, so again, the way these things work is you're signed to Dr. Dre, right? Of course, we're going to. I mean, because Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre. If Dr. Dre says you are the guy, you are the guy. So if you think about it, after Eminem, Dr. Dre has done 50 Cent. So Dr. Dre says 50 Cent is the guy. He's the guy. Dr. Dre did Kendrick. Dr. Dre says you're the guy. You're the guy. Anderson .Paak. Yeah, I mean, it's simple. It's extremely simple. That's the way these things work. Because Dr. Dre is the heirs in hip hop. That's the guy. Like everybody, regardless of what generation you come from, look, they say no, Dr. Dre, no, you know, respect. Because at the end of the day, they know that he has the heirs. He has the heirs. So of course, if Dr. Dre co-signs an Eminem, most definitely. But then, more importantly, because of the way the economics are skewered in the US, very, very easily, that access to funds is going to be there. Like you are going to have a bag just sitting waiting, because end of the day, you are selling to middle America. Middle America is loads and loads and loads of people, you know, who might not have a lot of money, but they have enough money to buy your record. They have enough money to buy merch. They have enough money potentially. They can save up and come for your gigs. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so it will be impossible. I feel, look, I think it's unfair to compare Eminem to any other rapper. I think it's unfair.
So
I think it's unfair.
So
Yeah.
Bayo,
like it's not up to par, you know, Rich.
No. Like I'm saying, the kind of
he has on the business side.
yes,
But just by who he is.
Okay. Remove all those things.
Okay, we'll try.
Is there any of these songs of Eminem that you can say the songs are good?
Oh no. Again, the songs are good.
The songs are good.
So you don't know, go on. You don't know, you go on.
You don't know.
He makes good songs. That's not the process. His inclusion in the greatest of all time narrative right now is based on nostalgia. It's based on nostalgia. I can't remember the last Eminem song I heard, me personally, and I'm still from that demographic that's supposed to still be wowable by what he's doing.
So you're still stuck in 2002. You're still stuck in 2002. Well, nostalgia, that's why I was saying 2002 Eminem, Slim Shady, right? You're still in that era. So you're saying after 2002, none of these songs are enticing to you. What about Kamikaze, the album Kamikaze?
His expression says it all.
I'm not stuck there. There's like probably 3 good cuts, and then the rest is Eminem doing like, you know, an overload of Eminem.
He's saying overload.
Oh.
You know.
Me, sorry, I feel like, you know, this Eminem issue and other rappers. Okay, I say like I'm sorry. Let me. Okay, you see, rap. Like say it's for only blacks. Really, that the more black you are, the more of a rapper you are. That's what I'm perceiving. Most people want to think. So Eminem is really at a disadvantage because even no matter how talented and how wonderful he is, I don't think the rap world really would want to give him that #1 spot just because of his skin tone, really, I think. But left to me, it's not my...
Eminem held the #1 spot for a while, but that time is past. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And he's in the argument, but I personally can't rank him as my #1.
Me neither.
Yeah, but he's in the argument, especially because of these advantages, because they were able to tap into it, take advantage of it, like you guys said. You understand? I'm presenting it in a way that it didn't alienate the core rap fans. We still were amazed by it. But he brought in so many people that were not consuming rap. He brought in so many people that were not consuming rap. It's like how to win elections. You bring in so many people that are not voting, because the other people are planned for all the voters. Now you bring in so many people that are not voting, you can skewer the whole matter. You understand? That's the magic of the timing, the backing, the everything. Eminem is blessed. All right? There were other people that were able to show skills prior to him that just didn't have the machinery. We start looking at third base. House of Pain was funky. There were guys, they were doing things already. But it's not the same machine. There you go. But it's not the same machinery.
Yeah, but okay, but this so-called advantages that he has is also a disadvantage if you look at it, because he's white. He's constantly being battled of his race, that he doesn't belong. So, do you think that he belongs to the culture? Does he belong to the culture?
Yeah.
He's not a faker for the culture. You can't fake it and seem like you are in sync with it. But he's definitely stuck in a time frame that hasn't evolved with where music is has gone. And I think that everybody that is still fighting the direction where probably hip hop is going has turned into the generation before that always thinks, oh, I can't dig it with what these kids are listening to. I don't get it. You get what I'm saying?
So if that's what you are saying, is we can apply that thing to Melly Mel. Melly Mel recently released a diss track dissing Eminem. I think Eminem, and he was using the 90s or 80s kind of to the O, you know, that kind of that kind of Melly Mel, right? So
okay, you see,
we only focus on all the advantages that he has, but we don't focus on that same advantage is becoming the disadvantage as well, which is battling every time.
Is battle the only element of hip hop?
It's not about, I'm not saying battle rap, I'm just saying battling as in battling
to prove himself.
Yes, to prove himself that you get what I'm saying.
Eminem, right? He did all that battle stuff, but when it came to selling records, it had nothing to do with proving himself. He found his niche market and he flogged the shit out of them.
I swear, because he's talented. That's why he did it right.
Hey, and that's what we all hope to be able to do. Me being an artist that's trying to present my work, find a niche market that is big enough that it represents business and deliver what they will gobble up. All right? Yeah. But at the time, that him being white brought a lot of beef, brought a lot of detriment. Eminem took everybody on and shamed them. Okay, so
wait. So
okay, come on.
Yeah. When you say he took on everyone, who is everyone? He took on Britney Spears, took on
so you're not
Biggie and Tupac don't die that time, minus Biggie and Tupac.
Now,
these are the people
he took on now. He said he took on everyone. NSYNC, Britney Spears, what's that bald guy? What's his name?
You know what? A lot of the big hip hop guys
Mobb Deep
didn't try and battle Eminem. At the time Eminem came out, do you remember any big guys that were reigning that time? Jigga didn't try and take on Eminem.
Wait. Okay, so let's discuss this.
It was guys going after his neck. Little guys that wanted relevance.
Nobody wanted to go after Eminem because he would diss himself before he even starts. So what you gonna? He's dissing himself.
Wait. So let's discuss this very, very well. First of all, if you are not in the same lane, you don't have any business, talking to each other. Eminem identified his people from jump. His people were the pop people. Those are the people. I mean, switch me chairs with Britney Spears. Those are the people, that he was attacking. He didn't.
On the list.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He chose the people that he wanted to talk to. He chose those people. Of course, when there was, I can't remember which of the rappers now, but again, all those small rappers, the biggest person he went against was Ja Rule. That's the biggest person he went against.
And he finished the guy.
50 Cent finished Ja Rule, really.
There you go.
That's the truth. 50 Cent finished Ja Rule. But that's the biggest person Eminem went against. What?
Let's not talk like Ja Rule was not the biggest thing in hip hop at some point in time.
Sorry?
Let's not talk like Ja Rule was not the biggest thing in hip hop at some point.
It was not all of them. You said he went after all of them.
But don't forget.
Anybody that tried him that time, he chewed them up. Anybody that bothered to try him.
But don't forget, Ja Rule was, as much as Ja Rule was a rapper, he really was a pop artist. Really.
You see, Bayo's right. Bayo's very right.
Really, he really was a pop artist.
If Bayo said, if you said Ja Rule is not a rapper, I said to God, I won't bring up that Tupac stuff. You know, because you just got it right now. Like you nailed it. Now remember, make it just a sing. He used DMX style, begin to sing, saying be rapper. You know, that's a pop guy. All right, boy. So go ahead.
So for me, even though Eminem placed himself, you know, like he was the guy, like he was the main guy, he didn't go through all that. Like we're going to talk about him soon. I can't stand Drake, right? But at least Drake is kind of battle tested. He has lost a few battles now, but that's how you get battle tested. You go, you fight, you win, you lose. Can you say Eminem has done that? Really? Think about it. Has Eminem done that? No, he hasn't.
What do you mean by he hasn't?
Wait now. Oh, I remember someone else that Eminem battled. Mariah Carey. Seriously, no, think about it. Think about it. Am I making it up? I'm not.
So he did not battle Ja Rule. Wait, just now he said Ja Rule. He didn't battle Ja Rule.
So that's why I said Ja Rule.
So they didn't go back and forth.
They
didn't go back and forth.
No, I borrowed fight for Ja Rule. He borrowed 50 cents fight.
Then took the fight.
No, that's because Ja Rule now mentioned Eminem. So Eminem has to come in and say, hey, what are you going? What's going on?
Say somebody begin to fight you right now. Even if I don't know, well, shit, I hope you won't do that. If I know I'm gonna fucking jump into that fight now because you're my mind, right? But
exactly,
so that's waiting out.
And it's not as if whoever tried to do Eminem, at the end of the day, they know it's not a good idea. So they don't try to do it. And the person, because whoever had did it is now, where is Ja Rule now?
Is in Ghana.
One of the greatest rap artists at one point of time. We know that Ja Rule, when we had it even with the J-Lo song and all that kind of stuff. Now he's going out there.
Look at your reference.
Can he even fill up a stadium now?
Look at your reference. Your reference is a J-Lo song.
No, but he was still a hot song then. Now, come on, you can't tell me that.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you don't know the song? Are you saying you don't know that song?
No. Again, don't get me wrong. So this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that Eminem's target was the pop artist. That's his target. That's his target. He never went at that's why I'm saying I respect what's his face? Drake. Because Drake has the temerity to go at Kendrick. As in the fact that he actually said, oh, you know what? Yeah, let me go at this guy. Eminem never did that. So you know what? Eminem did Cannibals. But again, Cannibals is not a battle tear. Yeah. Cannibals is a scientific, let's put multiple words in a sentence. Let these people go and carry a dictionary and see what am I talking about. That's the kind of rapper Eminem was.
Bayo, give the flowers when it's due. Give the flowers when it's due. You see what you are saying now? I'm just painting out something. Not that I'm trying to side Eminem or anything. Whoever Eminem is battling. Okay, now Cannabis is a rapper, but now you are now saying he's not really battle tested. So who should he go after now? Come on.
One of the best diss raps ever to be delivered. That second round knockout is one of the best diss raps ever to be delivered. I don't know about consistency.
I agree with you.
I don't know about consistency after that, though,
but Cannibals lost. Abi, didn't he?
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, but you can't tell me that he wasn't good. He wasn't good enough. But then now because that Eminem went with Cannibals, you now say, oh, Cannibals is he's like come on, give the flowers when it's due. I'm not saying there's a lot of songs that Eminem does that I don't bump with. Or I don't, but I feel I'm just saying, and not because definitely we are not even sharing the same color, so don't even go there. You get what I'm saying? But don't even go there. So Because yeah, I'm not. I'm yellow. Look, I'm yellow. I want to clarify that fact. I'm not white. I don't have a pointy nose. But I bump with. If you want to say rap music, I bump it since I was a kid, and I bump more black artists than Eminem. It's only when Eminem came out, I was like, even me, I got the shock value. I accept everything you said down the line that you said, oh, he came with those shocking stuff. Even when I heard it on the radio, I was like, that was when I was in UK when he first did the Slim Shady LP. I didn't even know he was a black guy. Then until I saw the TV, then I saw what the hell, that was going on like this. Then that was giving me that. But then lyrically, you can't deny the fact that the guy is good. The guy is good. There's people that goes only like the last syllabus. This guy goes like triple syllabus. This guy goes like triple.
Well, he didn't say that. I'm sure you know. Have you listened to Rakim?
Yeah, I know Rakim, of course.
Do you know Master Ace?
Oh, I know Master P.
So you don't know Master Ace. As a matter of fact, Eminem is Master Ace. That's where Eminem is, Master Ace. So if you go and look at these guys, there's another guy called, but I don't know how it's pronounced, Me Fi Me. He was never able to, was never successful. But those are the people that Eminem actually, create, patterned his style after.
And he gave them, he also gave them their flowers when it's due.
I don't know if he ever mentioned.
He mentioned Rakim. He mentioned Rakim. He mentioned RS1. He mentioned all these people that influenced him in his music.
Yeah, well, as he should, to be fair, as he should.
And you should.
So I think what I should say is this: Eminem is good. In fact, Eminem is very good until we start talking about putting him on a list. That's my word. Eminem is very good until we start talking about putting him on a list. I don't think he's that good to be on a list. Look, if you go and listen to Big Pun, listen to Big L, my goodness, these are rappers.
Okay.
These guys can. You know what? When Tupac said, "This ain't a freestyle battle, all you niggas getting killed with mouth open," he was actually in the middle of a diss, praising Biggie. Like in the middle, like you are dissing your your fiercest competition. You are dissing your fiercest competition, and in the middle of that, you are praising him. Why? Because he knows that when it comes to freestyle, like if this was a freestyle battle, I can't mess with you. Like you are a bad guy.
True that. There was even a video of the two of them. You understand that?
You understand what I'm saying?
Biggie told him to freestyle to a live band, and Tupac actually said, "I'm afraid. I'm sure scared." I feel you.
So at the end of the day, for me, the reason why, and I think Jidonu actually mentioned it earlier, to be fair, the reason why Eminem is in the conversation at all is because of those numbers. Nobody is saying he's not talented. Nobody is saying he's not talented. Of course he's talented. Those numbers are the numbers that push people to say, oh, maybe top 3 or top 5 or whatever. It's those numbers. If it was purely... Have you heard Black Thought?
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man.
If we are talking just skills on the mic, people can...
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, please.
The game is meant to be sold, not told. And these are lines where the old greats that started this thing like try to make us imbibe. So if by the numbers my boy Eminem is making just makes him qualified to be on the list, but does not make him one of the greatest. If it's 50 Cent that's making that numbers, would you say 50 Cent is one of the greatest or the greatest?
You know what? So 50 Cent also gets in the conversation. Not GOAT conversation necessarily, right? But if you are drawing up lists, you will always put 50 Cent in there because of what he did with his first album.
Yep.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the first album, it went diamond. It went diamond. So, he's always going to be on that list. But if you drop Like if you strip Charlie, sorry, like if you strip this banana, you know, Eminem drops out, 50 Cent drops out. If we are talking strictly skills on a mic, there are people that can. There are people that
I
can
know, but
really
most of
rap.
them are not making money. That's why I started with like you
Yeah.
got Black Thought, mad rapper, right? That will make you, it will make the words crawl. But where's the dough?
I mean, he's fine. Again, he's probably not selling Eminem numbers, but again, nobody's selling Eminem numbers. Jay-Z's highest selling album was Hard Knock Life, 5 million. So maybe by now he's at 7 or something. That's his highest. And Jay-Z is top 3. Why? Because people know that these guys actually have skills. People know. So even if you listen to interviews of people who rap, I mean, I was watching a common interview this last week, and was talking about how when Jay-Z mentioned his name about something about but so 5 million and be ramming like Common Sense, that he felt like, wow, this guy mentioned him. Common started rapping before Jay-Z came out.
By
You
much.
understand what I'm saying? But Common knows, you know, all of these guys know who's who. They know, you know.
Okay.
So, before I forget, Snoop, who is in Eminem's camp in reality, sometime last year, he said,
I know they squashed the beef, right? Yeah, I saw the beef that he could do without Eminem. He could do
because
that's
what
exactly
he
what I
said was
said.
the truth. Well, that's the actual truth.
That means, but we will challenge Jamaica now. Be like saying that beef. I don't think it's beef. He was just saying his mind. Like I don't.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of a beef. It's just like, come on, you wouldn't hurt your own camp people. We're in the same camp, dude. Whatever
Charlie,
you have.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. But if we put you as rappers, and I know that you're trying, but you're not one of the first 6.
No,
I'll tell you, you're not my number 6 now. Is that hurting you? It's just saying the truth, man.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say he was not in the top 5 or whatever. He said he could do without. That means say you could do without this guy at all. Like this guy don't exist and it's okay. That's why Eminem now released a song, you know, dissing like while he made a line dissing Snoop on eventually, and they now squashed the beef and all that. Yeah. Now came together and did a track together. Video. They did a track together, and now they are still doing things together. But I'm just saying, okay, everybody have their opinion, right? And of course, we are also time conscious because we don't really have much time. But I just want the last question now is: have any of you seen his latest single? He just released a single called Houdini, and what do you think about it? I know. Bayo is definitely going to trash the song. Okay, just go ahead, Bayo. Just do your worst, and then we can end it up because as I am now, I don't know. I personally have watched the video. I really feel like he had brought the humor back. That's that craziness, and of course, everything that he's saying, he's trying to get canceled. He's trying to get canceled, and that's what Slim Shady would do. Slim Shady is those like when those days when he was doing back in 2002, he was thinking, "I don't give a fuck." He is trying to get canceled because the things that he's saying there, he's talking about make the stallion with his can he get the shot at his feet? He's talking about because when the whole video was talking about when Slim Shady came into the portal from a 2002 coming into a 2024, and then looking at all this transgender, all this crazy stuff.
You tell them to tell talk. Now you're giving us the whole synopsis of the video.
I'm saying my own parts in case maybe you guys haven't watched it, but to me, I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, Shimtedi is back. Okay, you have shut me up now. Okay, go ahead. Bayo, Jidonu, just give me your take. Whoever has watched it, give me.
Okay. So this basically supports what I've been saying, right? So over the past few years, he's been putting out projects, you know, that haven't really made any dent. You know, there was a particular project, I can't remember which of the projects now, where he was talking about how people don't really pay much. I can't remember which of the albums it was. I think it was maybe 2 albums ago, or maybe the last album. I can't remember. But the bottom line is most of his albums sound similar. Once he's not able to deliver that shock value, what else does he have? And that's the reason why he has gone to bring back Slim Shady, because it makes sense in this era for someone like Eminem, who doesn't really need you guys, really. He doesn't really need you guys to come back with that shock value, so that if you say, what? How can you say that? Then they start picketing, his sales go up, everything goes back up, then he gets back into the conversation. That's basically what he's doing. So that at the end of this album, if he sells 20 million records, Charlie will then say, oh, Eminem is the best rapper in the world because he has sold 20 million records. But then the truth is, if Snoop releases that same album, nobody's going to pay any attention, because Snoop's fans are Snoop's fans. They're older. They don't really care, But Eminem is one of us. He's a white boy, from Detroit. He's one of us. So of course they have the funds to throw at him. They'll support him. And that's all it is really at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it's a function of, how can I make this money? Okay, bring back this guy, let him. I listened to the Slim Shady EP sometime earlier this year, and I was shocked, like, wow, if this guy said this in these climbs, do you know what would happen to him? So that's what he's gone back to do. That's pretty much what he's gone back to do, because it makes sense. It makes sense for his brand. It makes sense for his brand to go back and do what he was doing back then, especially now, because people are going to get, what they call them, the keyboard warriors. The keyboard warriors are going to get active, and all of a sudden Eminem is trending. All of a sudden, people are going out. They can't smash CDs anymore. They'll say cancel him. Then people are going to wonder, why are you canceling him? Oh, haven't you heard that he said that? They are going to listen to the record, and it's going to get 1 billion streams in 1 month.
Okay. Okay. All right. I really
gotta hear from
actually, because why I brought Bayo on this platform, because I knew that he's going to say some things that is definitely opposite from what I'm saying. But I'm not saying whatever you're saying is wrong. For sure, you made a lot of vital points, and it probably even opened the way I'm thinking right now. But of course, I feel like try to give the flowers when it's due, though. He's not the best. He's not the best ever to do it, but he's not somewhere. He's not average for sure. He's definitely not average.
No, he's not.
Even without any of these support, I believe he's not average. He's not an average, just a rapper there that just can rap. Nowadays, everybody can rap. Everybody can pick up a mic and start bumping to the beat and start rapping. Does it make sense? Is it sweet? That's the most important. Is it poetry? Is it making sense? That's another thing, So thank you guys for being on the show. I think we should come.
Aquadragon take. You don't
Aqua. No, now because of time. Aqua. Have you watched the video?
I haven't watched the video. I've heard the song. That's another thing. You see, what's a song without a video? You're already talking about the marketing behind the song versus how the song made you feel.
So just listening to the song.
Like I said, I listened to the song, and remember me saying that Eminem is benefiting from nostalgia. I remember using that word, nostalgia.
Yes.
You see? And then now you describe the video, and I'm like, he went and brought Slim Shady back. That's what I was saying. So maybe Kali didn't want to give me a chance to talk, because
no, why would I
wasn't
not
going to say anything different from what Bayo.
No, man, I only got love. I only got love for you, I only got love.
But so Eminem has done a lot of crazy things. Okay, let me tell you something that people don't even give him credit for. Eminem is the first person that found a way to rap over polka music.
Say that again.
Polka music.
That stupid sound of Guess Who's Back, man.
Oh, you're right. Polka, you're right.
No, polka
you're
music.
right, you're right.
Yeah, and if you listen to Eminem's cadence, the uniqueness of it is that he has that cadence over polka, but it translates if you put it over many different types of music. Anyway, that's me trying to now start trying to dissect Eminem from my angle, blah, blah. There's so much I see great in Eminem. I just can't give him number one spot. And you are talking about greatest of all time, good. So I feel Charlie's a bit disappointed because
no. I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
Flowers in ways that I can't really quantify. I did say they were trailblazing, even in identifying a market that was so vast. That is so great, even for the hip hop, because now it's got some people that wouldn't have been listening to other types of music and throw Eminem in there. However, when we have this discussion about greatest of all time, we should all agree on the metrics that are being used. So maybe you should try this again, and then we should all agree that we're going to judge them based on these 4, 5, 6, 7 factors.
You're right.
And then we'll be able to be more congruent. But Eminem is the greatest white rapper of all time.
Nice payoff, man. Nice pay. I wait, Charlie. This Bayo, no one give Eminem a flower.
So
let's give him grass.
He's number one out of how many? 10.
I can't give him that.
So, now you can give him that. Okay.
White rappers there are, because we don't know them doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yeah, okay. For the one that is known, come on now, come on. Let's not be counting all those ones in the gutter, please. You understand now?
Aqua is very right, Sha.
But
greatest world white.
We call The Last Samurai, Abi. The fact that a white guy could become a samurai made him a big deal. But the samurai will kick his ass.
Okay, if you say so. Well, I'll leave it there. We definitely have to come back and talk more about this kind of topics, because I'm really enjoying myself, and I know I'm not fully arguing with you guys well, because I want to argue well because
you are.
And let me tell you, when I say give the flowers, I wasn't talking to you, Aquadragon. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to this bald-headed guy. This guy.
That's why.
This guy was the one. This guy was the one that was saying, if you take this away, if you take this away, what does he have? He has nothing. What does he have? You are saying the way you are putting it is like he has nothing. Like that's why I said. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. You understand?
He has a lot. He's considered a professional rapper, and no rapper can take that away from him. Nobody could have said this guy is not a rapper when we heard him. Okay, and apart from the shock stuff, Eminem was down at one point in time to battle people. That's how he got his respect from Detroit in the first place.
No,
relevant.
Of course.
So I mean, he had to go through the teasing and everything. He did everything that was necessary in order to prove his street cred or whatever. But Eminem is not rapping for gangsters.
Before I forget, Eminem, I'm really sorry about this, because it doesn't help anybody's case. How old was Eminem when he released his first EP? No,
33.
LP. How old was he?
His first major release, like through them Aftermath. Wasn't it 30? 30, 33, something like that?
No, let's think about it, right? Why are you 30 releasing your first project? He had released something before that.
Almost there.
No, he has an album before that, but that was like released on the Underground or something.
So he actually released a project first, then he released the Slim Shady EP.
Yes.
Before he got signed, and then increased that EP to an LP.
Yes.
So if you think about it, the guy had been around doing stuff. Which is why I'm saying that what actually worked for him eventually was the fact that he had a machine behind him, period. So Charlie, understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can't rap. I'm just saying he needed to have something behind. Look at a Jay-Z. A Jay-Z spent his money, signed to Priority, left Priority, went to Def Jam, but generally he was spending his own money. So we knew Jay-Z because this guy has skills and, you know, yeah, he has some money. He can back up all the things he's saying. Eminem he couldn't do anything until he was 30, you know, because, somebody heard him and gave his tape to Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre said, oh, okay, you know what? Let's put something behind this guy.
But
That's
that's
the only
maybe
reason
that's
why
also,
he then.
but that may also be the reason why, because in that time, who is going to bump to a white guy's music, white guy's rap song? It's not common. Come on, it was still a black man's business.
Space.
Yes, it's a black man's space. A black man, like you say, hip hop is a black man's culture. That now a white guy comes in. Look, if there was no machine pushing this guy out,
So you
honestly,
see that you are supporting me. You're actually supporting me.
no,
So
we
he
wouldn't
needed-
have been able to listen to
he
him, no
needed
matter how good he
beginnings.
was. He is right. So that's why. No, I'm trying to argue at the fact that you say 30 years old and all that kind of thing. Of course, maybe he wanted to do something, but he didn't get a chance. But talents always find his way. Talents always find his way. And Dr. Dre found him, and Dr. Dre is definitely not stupid.
I wonder if Eminem darkened his skin, you know, like way black bleach
Well,
to white.
let's just say, I've been trying to add something here.
Go on.
Dr. Dre figured out how to commercialize him. If you want to actually just, you know, put the credit for what. So this guy has been doing this stuff, and every so nobody's interested. Yeah. He's looking for new market.
Your network is a bit poor.
Yeah,
all right. I wanted to use the sound, but I was focused on commercial. Dre figured out that this guy is automatic commercial. He's commercial. He's rapping, but he's commercial. That's where Bayo has been saying it's a pop. You know, they figured out how to turn this rap thing into pop. And rap has not been the same since.
I want Eminem's commercial money.
Pop. You know, we were judging rappers on totally different metrics. You know, right now, when I think of conscious rappers, stupid as it is, I think of Jay-Z from Reasonable Doubt. Understand? And they did say it has been used in here. I ain't rapping like Common Sense, but man, he was rapping better than Common with the whole street mentality and reality, but the wisdom was so tight. Nothing drew me to Jay-Z different from, man, this guy is telling me stuff that will save my life if I'm in the wrong situation. To the truth. And then he became this big thing with all this shiny stuff and blah, 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 blah. When the whole marketing, the machine behind it. Yeah, you understand? That's the machine behind it. But Eminem was not speaking to me. All right. And unfortunately, it's not shocking because it's commonplace now. What was he talking about? Blue and yellow, purple pills? That's every kid. Yeah. I hate to say it, you know. So there was a transition that
Eminem is a comic.
And then we have this argument up till now whether it is in the best interest of hip hop or not. Maybe all these new people that joined in didn't understand the whole point of it. But it is pop now. There is no, in my opinion, there is no rap music like that. Hip hop. It's all pop. It's all pop. So and that's why we're talking numbers versus other things in the first place. I just rest still.
No. It's a valid point. Valid point. So which era do you think was the era of the actual rap time? When did all rap change?
Rap changed in 98, 99.
And 50 Cent saved it in 2000.
But the pivotal, so for me,
briefly, because
sorry,
DMX saved it before 50, but only briefly. They showed up, you know, and then Jaru stole DMX style and then turned it into pop again. Oh, you get, really, once the focus became on how much I got. In fact, if you check it, we got lost in how much, you know, the prosperity rappers, the prosperity rap, just like prosperity preachers. We got lost in the prosperity rap. You were an automatic hit if you had a big budget. We didn't even question where you got so rich from before we saw you. But you just had to be rich. Or you had to be a gangster, you killed everybody and you survived all the death attempts on your life. But that's not exactly what we were interested in the hip hop for in the first place. You know, a lot of things have watered down. When we're talking about poetry in motion, poetry and music, a lot of stuff is watered down. When Charlie wanted to discuss Eminem's new project, he started by talking about the video. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, but it was about the music at one point in time. The music first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even we are affected by, you know, how we are consuming.
Yes, true. I totally agree with that.
Credit when it says, oh, hey, this guy has great business, but might not be the greatest that ever did it. He has great business. Business. I'm jealous of their business.
Myself, I want that kind of prosperity.
So
don't put me in the top 10.
No top 10.
No, even top 100. Just buy my album. 30 million copies sold worldwide. Billions.
Make your money. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining the show, and we shall see you guys next time. And definitely, you guys are going to be invited again to many podcasts because the things that you guys are saying, I love it. I love the insights, and I like the perspective that you guys are coming from. So I want to shout out to the audience. Whatever you guys are listening to this podcast, please leave your comments. If you guys want to be on the show, you guys can also send us an email. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn up your notification bell, and we shall see you next time. Peace out.